Hey guys, this is the Motorola Slvr L7 here at OSReviews.com. We're giving a retro look at one of the first devices that Motorola came out, and this is one of the first music phones that really revolutionized the path of smartphones. And why I say this is because this product was actually launched by Steve Jobs, and what happened was this device actually offers iTunes support. It plays back music and MP3 files from iTunes, and it has an iPod-like interface where you actually scroll through the music, and that's because Apple wrote the code and allowed this device to be recognized on iTunes and actually download music. So Steve Jobs actually had the honor of saying, okay, this phone is my Motorola, but it also combines iTunes music technology. So in a way, it's kind of like the first phone plus iPod, the first iPhone, except it's not really. Of course it's not. It's manufactured by Motorola, but the Slvr L7 is still a very slim product. Just taking a look at how far, the music devices have really gone. So the Slvr L7 has its roots from the Motorola Razr family that has really slim design. It's got a glass display on the front, which is really large, takes advantage of the candy bar design. And below that, we have a D-pad that's, again, really flat with the surface of the device. Not really easy to text and dial by feel, but it's pretty grippy, and it has this nice blue backlight. It's a T9 style keypad. There's a 5-way navigation toggle that's made out of metal and metallics. We have a on-off button, and we have the talk end. Of course, we have two soft keys and a menu key. On the left-hand side, we do have a volume rocker, and we do have a command key. And on the top, there is a latch to take off the back cover, which is made out of metal, by the way. And on the right-hand side, we have a mini USB for syncing music as well as for charging. And we also have another key for commands, and it also acts as a shutter key for a camera if you want to navigate that as. And of course, we have the mini SD card slot on the side of the phone. Now, it's cool how the mini SD card is directly on the outside of the phone, which means that you don't actually have to take off the back cover to access it. So it shows that Motorola did think this through. It's pretty easy to access, and it plays back music and reads music cards fine. It's got a nice little grippy back slot. On the back, we have our VGA quality resolution camera. We have our bottom speaker there, and behind the cover, it's again made out of metal, which is really nice. We've got a battery compartment, and it's a SIM card phone because this is on AT&T's network, so it's a quad-band GSM World phone. Inside the menu, it's a pretty basic Motorola handset for the most telephone part. You do play Java games. You do have a 3x3, which is a 9-grid icon layout for the menu, and dialing in. The battery is again, like all phones, it degrades over time. So nowadays, you can get a new battery, and battery life might be a lot better, but it still can last through a whole day of usage by calling people. Sound quality is excellent. There's speakerphone, and the speaker quality is really loud. It's just a very neat, very tightly integrated handset, and music playback was a little bit sluggish in the interface at times, but it was so much like iPods, like iPod Nanos and stuff. You just navigate using this D-pad. There's even, you just basically press the middle button, then you can even play pause music, and you just navigate through. It's not touch sensitive, but it's very akin to the iTunes experience and the iPod experience on a phone with an expandable memory. That is very interesting. Of course, though, there is no 3.5mm headphone jack, so you probably noticed that by our tour by now, and that means that you're going to have to use the mini USB in addition to charging, syncing. It's also going to have to double as a special port for your music. Motorola does come out with those, so you basically plug in a little port, and there's the 3.5mm adapter, and you plug in your 3.5mm headphone jack. So it's a little bit special in terms of that. Again, call quality is pretty acceptable. It's a pretty nice phone. There's Bluetooth is built right on in for syncing and for Bluetooth headsets, as well as for converting and sending images to other Bluetooth-enabled products. So it's a pretty cool device. It's just easy. It's cool to see how Motorola has really advanced, and how one of the first technical iTunes that came out before the iPhone release, or the first generation iPhone came out back in 2006 and 2007. So very interesting. The Motorola Slvr L7 on AT&T's network. Thank you for watching this video review retro throwback.